I was 25 years old when I had the most terrifying experience of my life. It was a hot summer night, and I was driving back home from a party with my girlfriend. We were on a deserted road surrounded by cornfields. The moon was full and bright, casting eerie shadows on the crops. We were having a good time, listening to music and talking, when suddenly the car engine sputtered and died. I tried to restart it, but nothing happened. I checked the gas gauge and saw that it was empty. I cursed myself for forgetting to fill up the tank before we left. "Great, now what?" my girlfriend asked, sounding annoyed. "Don't worry, babe, I'll figure something out," I said, trying to sound calm. "Maybe there's a gas station nearby or someone who can help us." I got out of the car and looked around. There was nothing but cornfields as far as the eye could see. No signs of civilization, no lights, no houses, no cars, just silence and darkness. I grabbed my phone and tried to call for help, but there was no signal. I cursed again and put the phone back in my pocket. "Any luck?" my girlfriend asked from inside the car. "No, there's no signal here," I said. "We're in the middle of nowhere." "Great, just great," she said. "What are we going to do?" I thought for a moment and then decided to take a risk. "Listen, I'm going to walk along the road and see if I can find someone or something," I said. "You stay here and lock the doors. I'll be back as soon as possible." "Are you crazy?" she said. "You can't leave me here alone. What if something happens to you? What if someone comes and tries to hurt me?" "Babe, calm down," I said. "Nothing's going to happen to me or you. It's just a cornfield, not a haunted house. Besides, we don't have any other choice. Do you want to stay here all night?" She hesitated for a second and then nodded. "Okay, fine," she said. "But please be careful and hurry back." I kissed her goodbye and then started walking along the road, hoping to find some help. I walked for about 15 minutes, but saw nothing but cornfields on both sides of the road. The moonlight made them look even more creepy and sinister than before. I felt like I was being watched by unseen eyes from behind the stalks. I tried not to let my imagination get the best of me and kept walking, hoping to see a sign of life soon. Then I heard it. A faint rustling sound coming from the cornfield on my right. I stopped and listened carefully. It sounded like someone or something was moving through the cornfield, getting closer to me. I felt the chill run down my spine and looked around nervously. There was no one else on the road, no cars, no lights, no houses. Just me and whatever was in the cornfield. I wondered if it was an animal or a person. Maybe it was a farmer or a hunter or a hiker who got lost in the cornfield. Maybe it was someone who needed help or someone who could help me. Or maybe it was something else. Something dangerous and evil. Something that wanted to hurt me or kill me. I didn't know what to do. Should I run or stay? Should I call out or stay silent? Should I face it or ignore it? Before I could make up my mind, the rustling sound stopped. Then I heard another sound. A low growl coming from the cornfield. A growl that sounded like nothing I had ever heard before. A growl that filled me with dread and terror. A growl that made me realize that I had made a terrible mistake by leaving my car and my girlfriend behind. A growl that told me that I was about to die. I froze in fear as I heard the growl coming from the cornfield. I knew I had no chance of escaping whatever was in there. I wished I had never left my car and my girlfriend behind. I wished I could see her one last time and tell her how much I loved her. Then, out of nowhere, I heard a loud bang. I turned around and saw a flash of light and smoke. I saw a truck parked on the road behind me. I saw a man holding a shotgun, pointing it at the cornfield. I saw him fire another shot, followed by another growl and a thud. I saw him get out of the truck and walk towards me. He was wearing a hat and a plaid shirt. He had a beard and a friendly smile. He looked like a farmer or a hunter. He looked like a savior. "Hey, son, are you okay?" he asked me. I was too shocked to speak. I just nodded and stared at him. He put his hand on my shoulder and led me to his truck. "Come on, let's get you out of here," he said. "You're lucky I was passing by. That thing in the cornfield is no joke. It's been killing livestock and people for weeks. No one knows what it is or where it came from. Some say it's a mutant. Some say it's an alien. Some say it's a demon. Whatever it is, It's bad news." He opened the door of his truck and helped me get in. He got in the driver's seat and started the engine. He drove away from the cornfield, leaving my car and my girlfriend behind. "Wait, stop," I shouted. "My girlfriend, she's still in the car. We have to go back for her." He looked at me with pity and shook his head. "Son, I'm sorry to tell you this, but your girlfriend is gone," he said. "That thing got her before I got here. I saw it drag her out of the car and into the cornfield. There was nothing I could do. She's dead." I felt a surge of pain and anger. I refused to believe him. He was lying. He had to be lying. My girlfriend was alive. She was waiting for me in the car. She was waiting for me to come back and save her. She was waiting for me to tell her how much I loved her. "No, no, no," I screamed. "You're lying. She's alive. She's alive." I tried to open the door and jump out of the truck, but he grabbed me and held me down. "Son, calm down," he said. "It's no use. She's gone. You have to accept it." He looked at me with sympathy and sadness. He looked at me with something else. Something that made me feel uneasy and suspicious. Something that made me realize that something was wrong. Something that made me realize that he was not who he seemed to be. He looked at me with hunger and malice. He looked at me with a smile that was not friendly at all. He looked at me with eyes that were not human at all. They were yellow and glowing. They were the eyes of the thing in the cornfield. Thank you for watching Whispering Tales TV. So don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and join our community of fellow thrill seekers. Get ready for spine-tingling stories that will keep you up at night. Let the Whispering Tales begin.